Are we on the other one?
I don't know. I'm getting ready to say. I'm getting ready
Okay.
to load this on. What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Oh, we got a good one today, baby. I got a surprise for you today.
Right.
Yeah, I do. I got a surprise for you today. So, hey, everybody. My name is Coach Terri Bryant. This is Coach Bryant. We are. I'm gonna say this because I think I got verified today that we are the only husband and wife football coaching duo in the nation.
Nation. I
In the
don't know about
nation.
that.
In the nation. Somebody, if there's anybody else out there, step up and let us in. But I'm getting ready to. So we got a guest coming on
Mhm.
that is. Let me tell y'all, Coach Brian, I got a question.
Question.
How many players do you know that didn't play college football, didn't play high school football,
Mm-hmm.
but made it to the NFL?
All right, that's easy.
How many?
Coach Ellis.
He's so silly. So listen, when I tell y'all, y'all got a treat tonight because this gentleman was a beast in college. He played at Pitt. I think I got if you're on YouTube, I got some of his bio on there, but he's getting ready to tell y'all all about it, and we're getting ready to bring him on. I'm not going to, Coach. We're going to bring you on, Coach.
Hello.
What up?
Hello. Good
What up?
evening.
Good evening. So, Coach Bryant, Coach Ellis, Coach Ellis, Coach Bryant.
Okay. All right.
So
All
we
right.
were
That's all I got, right? All right.
so
Good
we were
evening. Good evening.
so we got acquainted through Cyrus Dixon.
Okay.
He introduced me to Coach Mark Everett, who is he the founder and the owner of Primetime Scouting?
Yes, ma'am.
We
He
had
is
him.
the founder.
We've had him on
Yeah,
our
we had
show
him on the
before.
show.
Yeah, we've
Right.
had him on our show before. But Coach Ellis is the lead scout for Primetime Scouting. So we have him on the show today. And but the biggest and Coach, you have got to start with your story first before we get into Primetime Scouting because it's absolutely unbelievable. And you played with our guy, Dermonti Dawson.
Dirty D.
Yes. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. My favorite center of all time.
All
Um,
right.
well, crazy story. I was at a church up in Pittsburgh doing a lot of ministry there, and they were starting a school, and they asked folks who wanted to be teachers and stuff, and I wanted to be a teacher, but I was taking classes to get into the Pitt Masters of Arts and Teach program, but I just didn't have the money to do it. So I went, I guess I cut my teeth there. So I was the only teacher at Amani Christian Academy. The story goes, I used to ride the bus every day at 8:05 in downtown Oakland and ride to whatever part of town the school was in. It was in a house. I taught history, math, and science K through 12, and I rode the bus at 8:05. I would get off the bus at 8:20, 8:25. A dude named Dave Zimmer used to drive me every day. But before that happened, some agents saw me run at the Pan Am games, and I was in dead last. And if you know anything about track and field, you in dead last on the start, you might as well walk off the track. Don't even try it. So I ran everybody down, and if I had 10 more meters, a couple of my friends tell me I would have won, but I got third. So I medaled the 1991 Pan Am Games in Havana, Cuba. Well, I had no idea that the sports agents, the football agents, saw me run and had been trying to find me ever since 1991. They didn't find me till Christmas 93 going into 94. Came to my parents' house. I was off on Christmas break and talked me into learning how to catch the football and run routes. So I had been training from December all the way through April. And the bus driver just happened to turn around one day and said, "Man, what do you do? I see you sitting there, you read your Bible, you get out, walk up the hill, you don't talk to nobody, you don't even talk to me. You say, hey, what do you do?" I say, "Well, I'm a 6-time All-American. I've been a national champion in track and field since I was 16 years old, running for the Durham Striders, and I was a 2-time All-American and held a state record for 25 years in the 300-meter hurdles, running 36.8 way back in 1987. And this, of course, was whatever time it was 94 by then. He said, "You did all that stuff?" I said, "Yeah, and I just happen to have a track bio. If you didn't know, my big brother is Roger Kingdom, the 2-time Olympian. So Roger trained me for a year. I never beat him in college until he trained me, and I call it the Roger Kingdom style of hurdling. So I beat him, but Roger taught me quite a few things. Roger, the night before, he told me to type up my track bio for some reason, and I did. When I gave it to the bus driver, he about crashed the bus because he couldn't believe all the stuff I did. So next thing I know, it's Monday. Tuesday, he takes me to go talk to a guy who played golf with Neil O'Donnell, a guy named Sean Flaherty, car dealer and a lawyer. So Sean pulls me in his office and says, "El, what do you want to do?" I said, "Sean, I can run and catch. I just want to play." That was on Tuesday. On Thursday, the Steelers had a small area tryout. Had 30 guys out there. All I remember is putting on my $12.99 cross trainers from Payless that I train in all the time. It's about 50 degrees outside, and I ran a 4.38 on Coach Carroll's watch. And when I ran past him, he said, "Gentlemen, he legit." So next thing I know, I catch all the passes, and the next week I'm a Steeler. So my rookie year, 7 catches, 111 yards, 52-yard touchdown Sunday Night Football against the so-called Redskins back then. Caught it with 53 seconds left on the clock, and everybody's going crazy, and I'm going crazy, and I can't believe it that I'm here. So I ended up being Steeler first, Pittsburgh, New England, Panthers first team, Chiefs, and the Jets. So that's my little saga and story for that. That's how that went.
But you had not played football since the 8th grade?
The crazy thing about it, the same backside X position in the 8th grade I used to play is the same position.
Oh, that's not
It's not played in the NFL. Same. So I had played. Yes, 8th grade.
Coach, are we lagging on this side? Are we lagging on this side?
Yeah, we lagged for a second. It went out. Then
Yeah.
it came
Okay.
back.
Yeah, because you're lagging for us too. Okay. I can't never tell if it's on our side or that side, but it's just technology. We don't never know if it's going.
Of course.
And I think we got thunderstorms on this side too. Thunderstorms and bad weather on this side too. Okay. Well, we're gonna keep it moving. We're gonna keep it moving. Go ahead, babe. I know you got questions.
Okay, my question.
Yes, Coach Bryant.
Okay, when you're sitting on in the bus driver does this, that, and he makes a conversation. The first thing you said was, or he said, "You don't talk, you just chilling." So what made you talk back? Because usually if a person's in their own world, they basically stay in their own world. Is that a fair question to ask?
Yeah, well, he turned, because we had never really talked. I just waved. He turned around and said, "Man, what do? You get on this bus every day." I mean, we did this for months. And he just happened to turn around that week. And he started the conversation. So that's what did it. Otherwise, if he didn't say anything, I don't know if it would have happened. To be honest with you.
That's unbelievable. The only negative thing about the NFL, you never played for my 49ers. See, that'd have been great to talk about.
Man, I wouldn't have seen the field. Jerry out there messing up everything, catching up the ball.
And Taylor.
No, him and Taylor, no.
Well, so you didn't play, so everybody understand that since 8th grade. So did you do like when they told you was going to go try out or have an opportunity to be with Pittsburgh, did you go to Walmart or Big K and get a football and toss it up in the air so you get the feel back again? 8th grade and that time is a long time.
I went and got a ball. Okay. And so I used to play basketball a lot, in like from track season, off season. And at that time, I would go up to Trees Hall to play. And, it's pickup game. If you're good, guys want to pick you up. And the guys start getting mad at me because I'm over there catching the football. And they're like, "Albert, what you doing?" I said, "Going to the NFL." So a couple of my buddies were whispering in my ear, say, "Albert, man, these jokers are laughing at you behind your back, saying you crazy talking about you going to the NFL," but they didn't know what I knew. A lot of people don't know just about every guy that's in the NFL, God himself tells them that they're going.
Amen.
That's one reason why they're so adamant. I've known since I was 6 years old, sitting in my grandparents' house watching TV, used to watch football every Sunday religiously. I watched football every Saturday and Sunday all the way up till I got in the NFL. That's the crazy thing. Wouldn't play, but watched it all the time. And I'm sitting there, and it sounds like the crazy thing, but I gotta tell the truth. I'm sitting there, I'm watching TV, and I hear this voice say, you know you're gonna play that one day. And I look around in the room, and ain't nobody in there with me. So next thing I know, I'm sitting around, and here it comes at age 24. I'm 6. So I felt like Joseph in the Bible. That's what it felt like. So next thing I know, I'm there. So it's a crazy thing, and miracles happen all the time. And I was very grateful, and I was fortunate and talented enough to play. But I trained 4 hours every day. So I would do 1 hour of take that back. 2 hours of lifting. I would do 1 hour of track and field running, and then I would do an hour of running routes and learning how to get off the line of scrimmage. So I trained 4 hours a day, Monday through Friday, after I worked all day, and that's how I prepared myself. So somebody taught me how to catch. Even though I could catch, I was an athlete, but someone was teaching me the proper way to catch it.
Right.
And I just kept working on that. And fortunately, I was athletic enough, and I had a very, very hard work ethic. Thank God, my father, Elbert Sr., and my mother, my track and field coach, Russell Hunt, again, that hard work paid off.
Wow. Gotcha.
Yeah, so we're having a little glitch again, but yes.
It's glitching, but we're going to keep it moving. We're going to keep it moving.
I know she's got a question, and I'm at that age. If I don't ask, I forget, and she bears with me. Okay, that is amazing.
Amazing.
Because it's sort of like we talk about winning the lottery. Now our blessings of our God hasn't gave that to us, but we talk about, but we never play. Okay, we talk about winning it, but we never play. Never. So my point is, when you kept saying I'm going to the NFL, but you wasn't playing college or high school football. I mean, that just makes me, just sit there and go, wow. Right? I mean, wow, in a major compliment to you that your faith was that strong and your belief was that our God, he did what he did. He spoke to you and you actually listened.
Yeah, that's true. And the thing that's crazy, they tried to get me to play in high school because I was a good receiver in middle school. I didn't have any drops. All my catches were over 50 yards. They threw me the ball twice. Right. Got injured. Pinched a nerve in my neck, and me back in time, I didn't want to play with the guys I played against. So I used to hold grudges all the time. I didn't want to play with them. But we all at high school together. They tried to talk me into playing all through high school. The football coaches tried to talk me into playing. I wouldn't do it. Didn't want to do it. I go to Pitt. All-American there, making these USA teams running. I'm on the track stretching. Dave Wanstadt walks by, sees me with my other teammates, stops in mid-stride, about breaks his legs, says, young man, I'll put 20 pounds on you and make you a tight end. I said, no, sir, I'm too fast for that crap. And I'm not blocking Sean Gilbert and Keith Hamilton. They 6'7" and 6'8". I don't do defensive line. No, we're not doing that. So, and my father would, every time he would talk to me when I come home from track meets, whatever, son, you want to play football? I said, no. So I just wasn't ready. You're not ready till you're ready. So when I was ready, it happened. Crazy. God knows. Yeah.
Yes, always.
Okay, let me get this straight. You're 6'5". And ran a 4.3.
Well,
that's some mouse stuff right there.
Well, honestly, if I may tell the truth, I am 6'5". Back in my junior year, 1990, a friend of mine named Brett Shields used to throw me the football a lot. Brett and I were squatting, a full leg workout at Pitt. We come up. Coach Lewis says, all right, guys, I can't tell if it's your hurdle form or how, if you guys are just blazing fast. I need to work on the hurdles with you, but we're going to find out today. You're going to run 240s. We said, Coach, we just did a leg workout. Said, you're going to run 240s. Okay.
After you
So
did
get down
legs.
there. Hard legs. I ain't just talking about legs, like squat, 3 sets at 225, leg extension, leg curl, hip machine, calf. Yeah. Brett and I both ran 4.28 that day. Yeah, we had blocks, but we both ran 4.28. And he said, well, it's not your speed. So
that's impressive.
Yeah.
Very much so.
That's so impressive. I don't even know what to say.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. So
yeah. So I had good speed for my height, but they found out I'm actually 6'7" now. I had 2 inches in my spine that were jammed up from me falling over the hurdle and I got in a car accident. So I go for the NFL long study and they put me in them special machines and said, lady said, yeah, you're 6'7". I said, well, what? Yeah, you're 6'7" now. So I'm really 6'7". Crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Sheesh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so earlier we was talking about you that Dermontti Dawson was your favorite center, of course. So you were starting to tell me a story about Dermontti. So you go ahead and tell the story now because I want to hear it now. Yeah, Mr. Brown said that was Darryl Green type speed.
So that's right. I even caught a pass on with that. So I try to get into that too. But so we're playing the Colts, and I'm in the huddle with the Snow. These are starting offensive linemen. So in the Steeler huddle, I'm beside the left tackle, Big Jackson. And Jackson is huge. Like he's 6. I don't know what he was. He was taller than me. So I'm in the huddle, and we looking at the film, and they were like, Elbert, what were you doing? So I was standing like this, and I turned to the side, and I was like, can't see me. I stood behind the next dude. Turned this way, turned to the side. You couldn't. The only person you could see me behind was Dermontti Dawson. That was the top of his head because I'm 6'5" and he's 6'2". But otherwise, you couldn't see me because they were so big. So Leon Searcy, Duval Love, and I used to go to Leon Searcy's room every night and make him mad because him and Hasselrig were roommates. And me and Hasselrig were tight because he was a wrestler, had never played, and I was a track star next. He was cheering for me real hard. So I go to his room every night. We play Sega. And, of course, Searcy went to the U. I would piss him off and play with Florida State, so he'd be mad all the time. So we were having a good time.
Yeah, that bothered me too.
I would give him a hard time. He'd be mad at me every night because I'm playing, and I start all that old stuff. He'd make him mad. But the guys are really they really cheered me on a lot. Especially I remember we were scrimmaging the Redskins, and I caught a pass on Darryl Green. I didn't because I'm not even looking at who's checking me. I'm trying to run the in cut. I run it, catch it, linebacker tackle me, knock me down. I get up. I'm coming to the sideline. Leroy Thompson runs over to me. They used to call me L back then. L, do you know what you just did? I said, no. He said, fool, nobody catches a pass on Darryl Green. That was Darryl Green. I said, that's all I did. Oh, well, what you want me to do? I mean, yeah. So
Darryl Green.
Darryl Green.
Darryl was holding me, by the way. He was holding me. I just want to tell the truth.
Oh, he was holding. Okay.
All over the shoulder. He was
you could hold back then too. So
yeah, he was getting old. He's still fast though. He was still fast.
Still, I love it. So so how did you get into? Let's go ahead and pivot into primetime scouting, because one of the biggest things of the whole athletic perspective and that has just totally changed in the last couple of years. So how did you transition into the scouting to where you are now? So take us back to how you transition into this and then into the scouting, then tell us about primetime scouting.
So all this happened starting really back in 88 and 1990. So I go to Olympic trials and I make one of those USA teams. I make the junior team. And I see this dude that has a crooked arm that runs real crazy, make the 800, Mark Everett. And I'm sitting at the top of the curve and I wave at him, he waved back. And I sat down and watched Mark He's the only guy in the history of the Olympics to this day that walked his victory lap. He was so tired, he would not, he supposed to jog it. He took his shoes off and walked it. So he held the meet up for 30 minutes. It took him 30 minutes and we're sitting there like, I said, this joker crazy. So later on, the national championship is in my hometown of Durham, North Carolina, where I'm from, on Duke's campus. And I can't miss running in front of my parents. So my roommate was the world record holder, Lee McCray, 55-meter dash, went to Pitt with me, my big brother. Lee tells me we would always go over to a lady named Brenda Armstrong's house, call her Doc, world famous heart surgeon, incredible, smart woman. Went to Duke when she was 13 years old. Incredible woman. God bless her soul, rest her soul. So Lee tells me, hey, get over to Doc's house. That's what we'd always do when we had track meets. We go over her house, eat spaghetti, get ready for the meet from the summer or hillside when I was in high school. He said, get over to Doc's house. Mark Everett's coming. I said, Mark is coming. I fly over there. I'm sitting in the kitchen, sitting on the stool like this, waiting to talk to this dude. Mark walks in the house, walks past everybody, sits on a stool 3 feet in front of me. And the first thing I say to Mark, I say, hey, man, why are you out here running on the track with that crooked arm like you're trying to pull your dress up like a third grade schoolgirl? And he started hollering, laughing, and we've been friends ever since then. And so I did not know that Mark had been doing research on me all my life. Mark knew exactly who. Yeah, I had no idea until we talked.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I got laid off in 2018 teaching. Teaching at a school, been there 20 years, got laid off.
How do you get laid off from teaching at a school?
When you have bad management, and I don't kiss tail.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
hey, you ain't got to say no more.
So I cost a little too much for the budget. So we made some bad budget moves. So I get laid off. Same week I get laid off, Mark has a video on Facebook. If you want to be a scout, inbox me. If you got student athletes who need help, inbox me. So my ears stick up on the end. I got students who need scholarships, but I've been trying to be a scout for 12 years and I can't get in. Yeah, I couldn't get in. See, everybody's know the thing you want to be, either you want to be in the president's office or in athletics. Okay? Because athletics, that's where all the money's flowing, the tickets, the fame, the fortune, all. So all of our friends, since we were 14, 18 years old, they're in athletics somewhere throughout the country. They're not giving up them spots. And it's so political, you can't even get in. So no one would hire me. No one. So Mark said, I'm going to teach you how to scout. I said, well, how do I get started? He said, you had your interview back in 1990. I said, huh? He said, yeah, you hired. So I'm the volunteer lead scout and head recruiter primetime. I've been doing this since 2018 at the onset. We find kids scholarships to go to college and we guarantee it. So you have a money back guarantee. Everybody gets an internship. We vet the schools and vet the coaches and make sure it's the right fit. A lot of these coaches are our friends. And the people who work behind the scenes in prime time are people that you see on my jersey, like the Panthers and Olympians in every sport you could imagine, the best of the best. And people don't know that. That's who's working for you around the clock. So around the clock, all the time, my phone's always buzzing, going off, and I have to put kids in front of schools every single day. I've had 3 days off because I had to send my daughter to college, and prime time got my daughter in college for $18. That was her bill. And her grades were not good at the time. 2.3.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah. Ooh is right. Yeah. Yeah. My oldest boy, you probably seen him on TV, didn't know, Elbert Ellis, number 2 scorer in the ACC out of Louisville. With the Arkansas. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm sorry, Kentucky back there. I'm sorry. Yeah. So my son did play for Louisville. Yeah. He played for Louisville. Yeah. So we're his insurance policy. My middle boy had 15 track scholarships with hurt knees. The coaches still wanted them. He decided to let it go, had a full academic ride to North Carolina Central. And my baby boy, he played the saxophone in video games. He's going to have video game scholarships and saxophone scholarships for going to college along with grades. So we're a one-stop shop for scouting. And there's no school we don't have a relationship with. There's no coach or anybody we can't reach. As you heard, there's 6 degrees of separation. Well, for Coach Everett, it's about 2. So anybody that he calls and anybody that I send information to, he piggybacks right behind it. got people behind the scenes at all the schools and other scouts. Some people want to be nameless. We can't say the name, but we got some other people. They really, really are behind what we're doing. Yeah.
Well, and I think that the thing that people are listening to this that you said is the money back guarantee that should catch people's attention, and then you gave a basically a sentiment of your family, and they're all going to school on different things.
Yes.
And broad, and that's actually very, 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 very good for y'all's organization. So when you got into scouting, I know it's been a while because you've been in it a while. It's a little bit harder now.
Yes.
It's a little bit harder now. So, how did you make that transition? Because you had to learn on the fly because it's different now when you scout and you try to find the right school because some kids believe that they are Alabama when they're actually not. I mean, and it really yeah. Oh, we got the Malcolm look right there. And so how, it's a two-part question, and so please.
So I did this on my own for 20 years. I was the guy who took all the kids at my school on all of their college trips. I drove the bus for them in the year stuff. So I used to work close with the counselor, and I used to research all this stuff. So it's a lot of things I knew, but when I got with Mark, then I got the other side of the coin, the relationships, the real relationships with the coaches, with the administration and the people. So what parents don't understand, and I have to rely on prime time for this too. Coaches do not want to talk to parents because one thing, you're biased, and what we say in prime time, they're pure delusional. Yes. Everybody thinks their kid is that kid.
Yes.
Everybody, oh, my kid is the next so-and-so. This, that. No, you are not. I have my son's head coach's cell phone number. I might have talked to him 3 times in the past 7 years. He's not going to talk to me. I'm a parent. And that's what parents don't understand. They want to talk to scouts and coaches. Now, the problem with that is if I'm a coach, all right, I'm working at the school all day or I'm working another job. By the time we get done with practice, making sure meetings, whatever, by the time I get home, I pray it's 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. I hope. Okay? Now, there are small windows every day that coaches are in. I get messages at 4:35 in the morning, 2:30, 6 a.m., 9:30, 12 p.m. It's like, so how are you going to get to the coach? How are you going to get your film scene? How are they going to get your train? Who's going to speak for you? Because they can't talk to the kid. And then most importantly, sometimes they don't even know who you are. You think they know you.
But they don't know who you are.
They don't. And now this thing called the transfer portal is happening. And they want already a freshly made pie. We don't want to put the thing together and coach anymore like that and make the ingredients because my job's on the line. So I can't take advantage of and take a risk with little Johnny coming to school and he get there, he homesick because he missed his girlfriend at home or because he ain't playing or now he's slacking off in the class and he's on academic probation. Coach can't risk that. Now, the thing that's crazy, and I'm going to say this twice, for all of our students and student athletes who are seniors going in to be freshmen in high school, we have scholarships for them. For all of our students and student athletes, 2026, whether it's 2027, 2028, they're all going to get recruited. Why? Because we have relationships with the schools and make sure they're seen. I have some kids who are 2 and 7 that have been with me for 5-6 years already. Can you imagine the amount of information and the amount of times coaches are going to see their information over and over again? This is marketing 101. I already know what I want for the Super Bowl most of the time because I've already seen the pizza, the Coca-Cola, all this. So it's marketing. You got to get them out there.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So we're coaching. So we get it from the coach's perspective.
And
is there a top 3 things that parents are just totally just missing the ball on, or don't understand that you're constantly having to reiterate?
yes, a lot of parents miss out because academics is number one. There are more academic scholarships than athletic scholarships.
I told my
And people
kids
have
that.
no, and I have a book, and we have like relationships with other services in prime time with one of our insurance agents. I have a book that has $1.5 billion worth of scholarships in it. People don't have it. You can't get it unless you're in prime time. And parents are always this thing, Division I. There are a plethora. There's some Division III schools to make the Division I schools look like crap. I've seen it. I've seen it with my own 2 eyes. There's a school in Marietta, Ohio. They have indoor mondo.
What?
Division III. If my team, one of my
indoor mondo.
Indoor mondo. They got that sand, you throw it up in the air, it come down like sunshine. It's I was like, I know this is not a Division III track. Yes, it was. The temperature in there was perfect.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it was the people were up there working out, brand new buildings everywhere. I said, what? This Division III? That stuff looked better than Pitt.
Yeah.
That stuff like crap compared to their indoor.
Wow.
I couldn't believe it. And everybody missed out on the NAIA, the JUCOs, sometimes the HBC. There are too many schools. You don't have, and you can get an education because you're only going to play this game not even 10% of your life, no matter what sport it is. Not 10%. So a lot of people miss out on that. We tell parents, academics, choose somebody that wants you. What we say in prime time, we're looking for those who are looking for us. And the biggest mistake parents make, they listen to a lot of these, not picking, a lot of these other coaches and all these AAU programs talking about exposure. You're going to a tournament, it's 500 kids there.
No college coaches.
And if they are there, they all are after the same 5 kids, not your child. They pulling them aside. Your child's over there playing. You trying to get the coach to come over there. He's not coming over there. He's not. So getting parents to understand you need somebody to advocate for you who knows what they're talking about, because they're not going to listen to you. You think you know what you're talking about. No, you don't.
But doesn't that fall in the category of their perception is their reality? And with that said, is what you said earlier. See what is real. It's got to be real, but that's parents.
Yes.
Because one of the things we can honestly say as parents, with our son who's done very well in high school and doing very well in college, is the coaches has always liked us. And the reason why, we don't say nothing. I mean, he's battling for a position. We don't say nothing.
I mean, there's been plenty of times we wanted to say something, and we did.
But we understood. We understand that if we say something, it's going to be Charlie Brown, wah, 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 because everybody is saying it. So going back to what you're doing, so how many at the top of your head, because I know you've lost clients, because again, this parents believe their child's here. How long do you stay with that parent? I don't know if it's a trick question or not, but how long do you stay with that parent and just say, look, I can't do nothing for you, man. Little PED, little public enemy.
And just going and give them
and
their
I
money
can't
back.
do nothing for you, man. Because you won't listen to reality. I know it has to happen in your career. It has to happen. And how do you do that situation?
So, as we always, one thing we always talk about is one of the biggest issues, if I can coin it right the way Mark says it, and I'm trying to get it together, what they think and believe is more powerful than what we know.
Oh, that's
from their perspective.
Yeah.
So one of the big issues, we have a parent try to tell us their child is they are this division, they're this. So every once in a while, Mark will say, let them see. So I'll let them read the coach's comments. You don't want to see that. Especially when they don't agree with your vision of what you think your child is. It is heartbreaking. I have a coach tell me the kid flat out can't play. Period. We're not recruiting that one. No. So telling them the truth, it's not hard. It's whether they're going to receive it or not. And some parents, and when you come with us, it's for life. The only way you get out is you decide to get out. That's on you. Yeah, so we don't know. Only time we've only had to let people go, had one kid say something crazy to me on the phone, which I can't repeat, which I could not believe he said that, but parents are not parenting these children anymore. So we had to let him go. But I can say if it's been 3 kids since 2007, maybe 3, that we've had to get out of the program because the parent won't listen, and we've never had to refund anybody their money because we don't fail. We always find scholarships for kids. Always. I have seen it too many times over and over. We never fail in that right. So the biggest problem, honestly, is really the parents. A lot of the time, the kids want the program, and the parents want to put their money in something else instead of investing in that child's future with us because, like I said, it's for life. I don't know how many people that have Olympians at your beck and call 24 hours. They said, Hall of Famers, and they have no. I go to these jerseys behind me.
And 6-time All-Americans and you didn't and went to play in the NFL for 5 years and never played high school and college.
But here's the thing is, I just want to tell you, Coach, that was a setup question because you actually already answered that what I just said earlier. Okay, right? You picked that up. That was a setup question because I wanted you to repeat that again. You were for life. I mean, you didn't say that word, but you said
for life.
We money back guarantee. When you money back guarantee, that does mean we're for life. We've got you. And when I said the question, that's why I started laughing because you picked that up. Like, oh no, I think I already answered that. But I just want people to understand y'all's organization is that powerful. And the more they hear that and hear different ways you say stuff at people that's listening to this, it catches their attention. Sometimes you got to say something 5 different ways for 5 different people.
So I'm gonna say this, Coach. So when Ty was it middle school, high school? High school. We did a Zoom with somebody and with probably the top that everybody go to or whatever. I'm not gonna mention the name.
Yeah, they
and so he came at us like, well, it's only 1% go D1.
Your dad was the 1% that went D1, and your dad did.
It's only 1%.
And Ty goes just like this. This is exactly what Ty said. Ty said, "Sir, I'm that level." Just like very polite.
And the guy didn't believe him.
And the guy didn't believe him. And the reason why, and we didn't say anything.
Yeah.
We was like, okay, we're gonna I've never been one of the few states I've never been. I've never been to Missouri. So this was the moment of show me. And then when he had all the offers to come at him, it wasn't a back to them, you was wrong. It wasn't. We didn't do that. And then the gentleman actually called me and said, "Congratulations on your son." And I said, "Thank you." Just like that. I said, "Thank you." And he said something, I said, "Sir, come on, we're good. It ain't that big of a deal." I said, "My son is where he's at because he put the work in and God has blessed him to be where he's at." Facts.
Yes.
Facts.
Yes.
So I brought that story up to say that I don't, and we don't. We have a reputation, I feel like, that really precedes us.
Yeah,
and do. So you're the only recruiting scouting service that we endorse as the Bryants. Yeah. And so, and of course I wouldn't have you on my podcast if I didn't believe in what you guys were doing.
No.
But the thing that I like the most that you guys do is the internships.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
More than just the money. Well, of course, the money back guarantee is the ultimate. But you guys also do help with internships.
So the internship for us in prime time. The internship will happen once the student or student athlete, they will be between their sophomore and junior year once they declare. That internship will happen whether they stay at school, they're not competing, or if they come home with mom and dad. But either way, they have the internship, some job experience, and locked into their career. You can't beat that with a stick.
You can't beat it.
And then even with the internship, some internships are directly with us. And we teach the kids how to do what we do, because this is sports marketing. As I said, sports marketing 101. And we got this communication side to it. There's video and TV, and so all of that's there for a kid. And the one very, very important thing we a lot of people miss, it goes over their head, goes over my bald head. This is not just for athletes. This is for students who are not athletes. We want the kid who reads books all the time, plays chess, video games. That's who we're looking for. There's so much money out here. When I found out certain schools and how much money they get, I'm mad they didn't recruit me. When I say I'm mad, I am so angry. 3 particular schools didn't recruit me. I don't know what to do with myself. Because when I found out what they give, they set you up. You are set up for life being at certain schools. Really, all of them if you're with us. But there are certain schools, you get into those schools. And I'm not talking the Division I superstar area schools. No, some of them Division I, some of them are not. But there's some schools out here that once you get in, it is for life. They take care of their people. You are getting the job, locked into the career, working with the business. You go to school with somebody's multi-millionaire child, and they fall in love with you. Next thing you know, you're on the yacht, and dad hires you because it's crazy. It's just crazy.
Well, it's to me, it's the best way you keep it going, and you look for the future, not for the you look for the future, because I use University of Kentucky's head football coach, Coach Stein. Okay, Coach Stein said something real early in his conversation, and it was amazing. And Coach Stein was like, "You alums, we want you a part of our program." Okay, alums have grandkids. Alums have great grandkids.
Come on,
they have cousins. They have people. And I said this about, which I won't mention, Bowling Green High Purples, my high school. Okay, they do that. They want everybody to feel welcome, because there's a cousin or third cousin that is coming up, and you are quickly and that's y'all's company. You're going to make everybody feel good, and you're going to treat them with respect. And that's why we like y'all. Because, I mean, without knowing you and knowing a lot, we just kept hearing, oh, God, positive things. Positive things. We live in a world that people look for negatives, right?
Right.
I mean, people look for negatives for no reason, just so they can be unhappy. I don't understand that at all. I love to smile. I love to smile.
So one of the things that I love about primetime is that wherever I go, wherever any scout goes, we take the kids with them. Prime example, I was sitting with my wife. We were somewhere on vacation somewhere. And I said, baby, it's amazing. The Jets have never invited me back for anything. The next day, in my phone, I get the invite for the Jets reunion. I go, oh my God, how'd they know? So I go, and I used to wear number 15 when I played for them, the last team I played with. So we go, and we're interacting with the guys. I'm meeting this guy, that guy. And I tell one of the guys what we do in primetime. He said, man, do you know Torrey Woodbury? I said, no. He said, he's a Jet. I said, huh? He said, he's here. I said, what do you mean he's here? He said, dude, he's the head coach of Winston-Salem State University. He just got the job. I go, huh? So we go somewhere. We interact. He introduced me to Tori. I said, hey, man, I got this group of kids I want you to look at, blah, blah, blah. He said, look, they're going to make the announcement. He said, give me a week. He did not lie to me. I look up. My student athlete is in his office cheesing like this. I'm like, what is going on? He done gave my quarterback a full ride. He said,
let's go.
and all that happened because I went. So everywhere I go, everybody impressed. I don't know who I'm going to bump into. I never know how it's going to go, but it's always some connection made, some other leverage I get for our kids and for our parents. It's nothing like it. And then yeah.
So last February, I attended the National Coalition of Minority Football Coaches. Y'all need to be there.
Okay. Well,
so I'll make sure I let you know. You probably need to join the coalition because we were just on a Zoom the other day. Hugh Jackson, all the coaches and stuff was on there. I met Willie Simmons. I met Hugh Jackson is at Georgia State now. Of course, all the HBCU coaches were there. My guy just got the second state job. Coach Carter, and so just being there, especially being as a female, being there and networking with them was just absolutely amazing and fun. And so I didn't mention primetime scouting, but what I did was I planted the seeds on who I was, and so that they will know who I am, so that when I do double back with them or give a call or something like that, they'll be more apt to. I got to say when we do that. Hey, Letitia.
Now I'm sitting there smiling, hearts pounding. I'm blessed to be married to this woman. I mean, because we'll be sitting at home, just sitting here. I'm minding my business. She'll go, it's a coaching clinic. It's this.
Oh my God. So Mark is a Florida alum.
Okay.
So I had his guy. There's his guy right here.
That's Florida State,
that's
right?
The guy right here. No, Florida Chomp. Anyway, so Florida this past Thursday, I wanted to go because they had a coaches clinic. They had Urban Meyer, they had Coach Summerlin.
Yeah.
They had Liam Cohen, who was our offensive coordinator here at Kentucky for 2 seasons, and then they had John Gruden. Why would I not want to be at that coach's clinic?
Right.
I was like, man, can I go to Florida? And of course he said, yeah, but I didn't go. But I should have went.
I always say,
well, keep me abreast. You just need to let me know when that stuff is, so I can get my coordinator, my wife, to book the tickets, and so I can get them.
That's me.
And it's funny that you just did that Gator Chomp. Do you know who created the Gator Chomp?
Who did? No.
I'm gonna say his full government name: David Mark Everett.
Are you serious?
In 1987, Mark is one of 2 guys in the history of the SEC to win all 4 years in the 800. Mark came across the line his first year, and when he crossed the line,
he did the chomp, and then everybody's been chomping ever since.
Yes, and nobody knows it. He don't take no. He is the guy.
He don't never take credit for nothing.
Nothing. That's why I'm on this thing right now. He wouldn't do it. You heard him. Ellis will do it. Huh? Yeah, I do everything. He throws me out there.
Well,
that's my guy.
I've got a couple of questions. First of all, I like history. Now, you grew up where?
Durham, North Carolina.
Okay, and you got the Pitt when you went to the University of Pittsburgh, right?
I was fortunate. I had a plethora of scholarships. I had a Nike shoebox, and the scholarships were. I played basketball too. My high school teammate, God bless his soul, was Rodney Rogers, who played for Wake Forest and whatnot. So I had a bunch of scholarships, but I went to Pitt. Yes.
Okay. And so when you started working for this company, okay, when you first got into it and you first got your first client, did they help you with your first clients, or you had to go seek your first clients out?
So what I did was, fortunately for me, I'm a rule follower. I follow directions. That's why I love the Bible.
If the sign says stop, I'm stopping.
But it keep you out of trouble. So,
no, it don't.
So one of the big things we'll tell scouts, we'll tell people do, and a lot of people just don't do it because we know everything and we know better. Mark said phone dump. So immediately I taught for years, and I got all these kids I taught. So I go through my phone. I had somebody sign up I only been in prime time 48 hours. That's when I got my first client to sign up. So they sign up, and the kid goes through, and I didn't believe it when Mark told me what he told me. And so they sign up. 5 days later, Mark makes a phone call, and Wake Forest goes to Hillside to my alma mater to go talk to my athlete. And I said, "You lying? That didn't happen." He said, "Call the mom." I called Miss so-and-so. Did Wake Forest come to the school? She said, "Yeah, coach." So I realized this joker was legit on a whole different level. I'm like, huh? A minute and 34 seconds of JV film. Got the kid recruited. A minute and 34.
JV film.
Well, no. That goes to my next question.
Yeah, those are our next questions.
No, my next question is, a kid goes to this school, and all schools are good, but there are certain levels. We know that. That's a fact.
Right.
Okay. All right. And a kid goes to this school. Does the babies call you back and say, "Can you look at some film and send it to Ohio State"? Has that ever happened? A kid went to a certain school and felt like they were a little bit better than that school. They got scholarship money. They got this and that. Have kids ever called you back and says, "Can you put my name back out there again"?
Yes.
Okay.
So had a kid. He was getting recruited. Wasn't getting recruited. He was with another company that we're gonna leave their name out.
We're gonna leave their name
out. We ain't pubbing them.
We ain't gonna we're gonna pick on them.
No pub on my show.
The kid got exactly 0 from them. Okay. Came with us.
And most do.
And all these schools start contacting him. He goes off to a school. We send him off to a school called Virginia State. Balls out for 2 years. Next thing we know, because we sent his information to a school and I sent it to the head coach way back when, it was so bad, the school just came back around. He said, "I'm trying to make some moves and do some things." Next thing I know, here comes Elon, snatches him up, takes him away. So now he's at that school, NIL, playing big. So that happens for some of my student athletes. Or they'll choose a school and something goes wrong. The coach promised you, as you say, the after 7, the sun, the moon, the stars, and you get there, and like Charlie Brown said in the bag, "I got a rock." Okay?
Yeah.
So we move kids all the time. All the time. In the process of moving some kids right now as we speak.
That's the second. I can't keep naming it. It's so many things I love about your service, but I think that's the other one. Most kids are jumping in the portal. Coach explained that. They're jumping in the portal, and it's a crapshoot. But with your service, how does it work?
So, what kids don't know, we send your film all the time. Even if you go to another school and we see you're doing well, we tell the kids keep your grades high, because you never know, there can always be a lateral movement or a vertical movement up.
Right.
So if that happens, we will make sure we put feelers out there, because coaches are looking, because we have more than one school that's going to want you. So these coaches are always watching. That's what a lot of kids don't know. They're always watching. They're always talking to us all the time. So if I sent that film way back when, I've sent that film so many times, they say, "Hey, coach, what about so-and-so?" I said, "Well, some things are going on there, and they're possibly, could be thinking about the portal or whatever, that type of thing." So one of the mistakes that people made, they jump in the portal so quick, and no one's advocating for them before it goes down. So they're good. So going on 2-3 years ago, there are 20,000 kids stuck in the portal. There's another 20,000 stuck in there. From football this year, I know it's up to between 6 the 8,000 stuck, nowhere to go, no home. And what the kids don't know, when you jump in the portal, sometimes some very unkind things are said about you that are written in the notes, and they have no idea.
Yeah.
Oh,
But we
wow.
know. So it helps for us to be able to say, no, that's not true. These are facts. This is what really happened. Because there are scandals that happen in sports every doggone day. We don't know nothing about it. Now, fortunately for us, we do. We know where coaches are going to go. We already know a lot of times who's about to get hired over here, over there. And why wouldn't you want that type of power? Why wouldn't you want that type of swing on your side? Why wouldn't you want that type of help? That someone's behind the scenes, because as we say, all the deals are done on the golf course and at the clubhouse. And if you're not at either one, you're not involved in the deal.
I like.
Gotcha. Mr. Brown has a question. He says, have you had any thoughts regarding a plausible solution for the NIL transfer portal initiatives?
The solution is the president, government, NCAA need to leave everybody alone and let the kids leave when they want to leave. Okay? I said it.
Okay. Now I'm coming with this. Not wrong or right, just my perspective.
No, yeah,
as a coach, that's tough because you don't know what you have and you don't know what you're going to get. And my biggest problem is when I see a kid, and I pay more attention to basketball because I'm not coaching football and my son's not playing. So I'm sitting at home and a kid's been to 6 different schools, 5 different schools. Okay, to me, that's, I'm just saying from my perspective, that's a little bit too much for me. I truly believe that a young person has the right to leave. I do, because coaches leave. I truly do believe that. But it's not too many coaches, from my perspective in my lifetime, that's been to 5 different schools in 5 different years. There's not been too many coaches that have been to 5 different schools in 5 different years. And that's where I have a problem with that. I believe you have the right to leave 1 or 2 times. Okay, unless they are doing something to it or the coach leaves. Okay, if you are leaving for money or if you're leaving because they recruited a kid that was better than you and you didn't want to stay there and
you don't want to
compete, that's I just totally disagree with that. I just think, you at 5 different schools in 5 different years and there's no negative trail behind you. You just decide you're leaving. Well, so I know I said a lot, and I hope you got an answer from me.
No. The negative trail is you leaving all the time. Okay, you're showing people that I have supposedly no loyalty. Supposedly. Now, the issue that I have, the people who play this game, as they say from some parts of America that I don't go, it's Chocolate City. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So we are the ones who are motoring probably. I like to talk numbers. I love numbers.
There you go.
So I'm going to do this little song and you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. Who is that? Who is that? It's Carolina, right?
It's Carolina.
Okay.
Now,
and I'm going to pick on this one player, but this goes for everybody in my mind to some extent.
Okay.
There's a dude back in 1980-something, wore this 2-3 jersey. He shot this jump shot.
Michael.
Won a national championship. Now, what people don't know, we don't go to school because it's a great school. We go to school because we want to be associated with the winner. I'm a sociologist. This is called Social Stats 101. And in that, meaning I want to be associated with a winner, I go to the school because I saw him make that shot. And Dean Smith coached at this school. And Al McGuire. and all these other people that play. I want to go there because of that. Every
Yes.
school in the country, every community college has someone at that school, some teacher that can win the Nobel Peace Prize. They are that much of a genius.
Yes, yes.
But we're not going to that school because of that. We're going to that school because we see you on TV on CBS.
Now that part I can get.
I'm getting there. I'm getting there. So, Nick Saban, his first national championship after they won all them years ago.
In LSU or Alabama?
Alabama.
Okay.
Alabama's enrollment went up 600%.
Yes, I remember that.
won.
I remember that.
Okay, so we talking dollars and cents now. And the NCAA was founded through these schools called the Ivy League.
Mm-hmm.
So all these schools, the NCAA is a they making all their money through this basketball tournament. That's the only thing they really have rights to. Now you may see the frozen, but all their money is made through basketball. Basketball. Okay. And I determine whether you, little boy, little girl, are going to make how much money. That's why you have this NIL stuff, because you have been making all the money. Pitt has been using my big bald head face on these All-American, all these other hurdles. Yeah, because of me, Roger Kingdom, Eric Cat, and my buddy told me eons ago, Elbert, do you know that you're up on the Civic Arena? I said, on the Civic, for what? They said, you hurling up there. I said, they don't have my... Yes, they do. Yeah, they got my name, image, and likeness. So, unfortunately for me, I'm a little biased, and I'm all for everybody getting what, because when I get done playing, my body still hurts now. I'm still aching now. I have teammates who in the NFL who are dead now from the injuries they have received. And those injuries started way back when. I went to class. I studied. I have a piece of paper that says I blah, blah, blah. Because what I do know, coaches are not leaving so quick because that contract is real good, sir. It's a real good contract. And if I do leave, you got to pay me to leave.
Pay me to leave, yeah.
Okay. So I'm all for the kids getting, because these universities would not be what they are without these kids. They can say what they want. Don't nobody want to go sit in no book seminar on no Saturday afternoon.
No, I've said that.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it for more. I guess I'm a little biased. I'm looking at it from the coaching perspective. Because if they did the same thing where I coach at, like we'll use baseball, and all of a sudden I'm saying I have one heck of a middle infielder.
Yes.
Two young black kids, brothers. They are nice. And so I'm thinking they're with me next year.
Yes.
But if the NIL them come, they're not with me if I can't pay them. Okay. I guess on one hand, I look at it from a former player in perspective of, yes, I 100% agree. And you've heard me say that both ways. So I'm talking on both sides, if that makes sense.
Yes. No,
because from a coaching perspective, our young team that I coach at here in Lexington, we're going to be very good. And I'm just glad we ain't got NIL.
So, and the other thing I'm going to pick on, see, a lot of coaches, they're not like y'all. Y'all really coach. Y'all going to take a kid out the mud.
Yes.
Okay? And you're gonna get something out that mud. I'm gonna make it a brick by the time I get done. I'm gonna add some this to it. Some of these other coaches don't have that ability. So if this little superstar don't come in here and make me great, as we say, you gonna coach him up, coach or not? You say that you say you're a coach. So how great are you? How good are you really? Because not picking. There's a dude at this school called UNC. This the head coach there, who was also my defensive backs coach. It ain't looking too good, is it?
For now.
I'm just stating facts and numbers. You lost more games than I've seen UNC lose in a long time.
Long time.
Long time.
And let me add, they weren't very competitive either.
Not at all. Not, and you got athletes, and you got NIL money. This the Rams club, baby. I know what I'm talking about. This is not a game. This is UNC. You got the jump man all over the stuff and everything. It ain't like you got the money to get. So what's going on? Who really benefiting from all of this? That's the thing. Who's really benefiting? And a kid should have some loyalty if they're loyal to you. That goes both ways. As I've said, you should be loyal because coaches should be. One of my favorite coaches, and from what I've seen, I was on a USA team with Dawn Staley for track and field. I was there for track. Lisa Leslie, Dawn were playing cards, whooping me and my boy Jerry. I think they were cheating. They were whooping us to speed. They whipped our tail that day. But Dawn recruits families. And you can honestly say the reason your daughter is not playing because they don't do this. Some of this coaching stuff going on is personal. I have favorites. You guys know when I got guys that I'm number 2 in receptions as a rookie. 2. The only reason I'm number 2 is because supposedly I had 1 drop during the whole preseason. Only person ahead of me was Yancey. Actually, we were tied. Yancey Thigpen. Where did the Steelers put me? On the practice squad.
Practice, yeah.
Now, do I have to be patient? Yes. But there are other times when that kid has put their blood sweat. I hate seeing a coach throw a kid out there them 30 seconds on senior night. I can't stand that crap. That makes my blood boil. Kid ain't played all year long. Once you're up 20, go ahead, let's see what's up. I know your so-called job is on the line. Your job is, you are secured. You can say what you want to say. You have an agent. The money is there. You have a contract. And someone's always wooing you someplace else. I don't want to hear it. It's personal for me. I don't want to hear it.
And if you get fired, you still get your contract.
You still get your contract, and I'm going to get another job. Because all coaches are tight. Everybody doesn't understand. And a lot of kids miss out, and I hope the kids hear this. Don't you snub that Division III coach. Don't you snub that JUCO coach.
You don't never know when he's going to get promoted to another job.
I got a coach right now. Some kids are going to make a mistake. He's coached all these different division, this. They don't know that him and the head coach of a pro team are like that. They have no idea. He's he's friends with the other head coach or two. They're like that. I said, uh-oh.
Yeah.
And the last thing the kid want to do is, I said, we tell our kids, don't you snub nobody. You interested. I don't care if the school is on the moon. You are interested. Yeah, we're not doing that because you don't know who knows who.
You don't know. Well, and it's the same thing that it's funny you say that because we just had this conversation with our baseball team. One of our players said something to an umpire, and I said, whoa, come here, man. I said, do you realize that all umpires, majority of them know each other? They all hang out. I said, and when you do that and you say something, that they're meeting at a bar and grill, and they say, man, I just did this game, this kid. They don't know your name, but they know that jersey number. And then they're going to make it tough on you. Now, going back to what you were saying on, players coming and going, but you basically said it the way I am saying it too. I have no problem with babies making the money because the company, when I played, I should have got paid. I'm sorry.
Absolutely.
And I'm going to tell you what it was. It is, God rest his soul, our coach that coached me, Jerry Claiborne, was a great man. He really was. Academically taught us how to be men. When people say that, he really cared about you a lot. I mean, my mom gave me a call, real quick story, gave me a call and said, why is your grades blah, blah, blah? And I, what? She said, Coach Claiborne just called me. What? He ain't got nothing else better to do than meddle with my grades. Calling my mama, and he really cared. But the thing about all of this is just so different and so fast. It's
Yes.
sort of like it came overnight.
Yes.
And then you learn on the job, which is hard. So that's why I commend y'all's company, because y'all have took it in stride. Like, y'all made it look easy. I think that's the best way to
as
say it,
far as just making an
because
adjustment.
some people can do stuff and people think it's easy, but the people make it look easy. And y'all make it look easy, but I know it can't be that easy.
This is one of the most difficult things I've ever done in my life, and the most rewarding thing I've ever done in my life.
You make it look easy, Coach. You make it look easy.
So I like this question from Mr. Brown. He says, we know that the demographic of players are Black, and do you feel there is despise from those that have withheld money due to that racial despise?
Facts.
Unfortunately,
I mean, it's kind of like
that was Coach Bryant who said facts.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And I think it goes back. They only have, it's only the basketball and football sports that's dominated by Black players that they have all these rules for. Because baseball and all the other ones, you can still come out of college and still get paid, and baseball has the highest contracts and a lot of guaranteed money. But
guaranteed contracts.
Yes, and guaranteed contracts.
Okay, but let me say this, and then please answer this, Coach, her question. But that's been the case, because back in the day when I played football in the 80s, there were kids playing baseball in the major leagues and still playing college football. And we kept saying, wait a second, how is he getting paid and we can't even have a job?
Well,
it's always been that way.
Well, that's why they call baseball America's pastime.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Of course. And if your name is Juan Carlos Valdez, and your skin may be a little brown, a little light skin, you might get to play. I'm just saying, just saying. Unfortunately, but even on top of that, sometimes kids never got their letters from coaches.
Yes. I've seen that.
Oh, yes.
I've been in the coaches' rooms here in Lexington, and back in the, I would be like, "What? Whose letters are those?" Tons of letters.
Don't even get.
And I've seen. Don't give them to the players.
I've seen.
I never understood.
They don't care about the kids getting recruited. None of that. Yeah.
That's what makes me so emphatic and really angry about what I do.
Yeah.
Because if you're a coach. Now, as we say, they should help the kid go to school.
I think that's part of it.
They're not,
but technically, that's not really their job, unfortunately.
It's not their job.
Now, that's what folks say. Now, I think they should, but they don't.
They should.
But I think when you're a coach and you at a high school level, the first person a college coach speaks to is the coach.
Yes.
They don't speak to the parents first. Or the kid. They'd be like, because the first thing that I get as a high school coach for many years is that kid coachable? Is he going to make me lose my job? Okay, because if I'm a D1 coach, the happiest person is who? The wife. She ain't got to work. Okay, and you make me lose my job, you're going to mess up my house. And that right there is one of the biggest things to me. Is a coach's job, because if I send kids off to school, don't other kids come?
So all these coaches that you see that are in college and in the pros, all of them are either middle school, high school coaches. You are standing on the backs of every kid that ever put on a jersey. You didn't get there by yourself.
No.
They should be the first ones calling, advocating, but they're not. And they control. They are the gatekeepers. They control it. They will put in there's a bad word, or they'll move. They'll say, no, don't worry about him. Recruit this kid instead. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So and that's why it's so important what we do. We are advocating for our clients, for the parent and for the kid. We coach everybody up in everything you could imagine. Everything.
Letitia had this question. I think you just kind of answered it.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to make sure that this gets reiterated. She says she wants to know what separates primetime scouting from any other service because I'm skeptical about recruiting services, especially now with the emergence of women's flag football, girls flag football.
So there are a lot of other services out there, but nobody else gives you money back guarantee. Nobody else has an internship. Nobody else has the connections we have. And I believe in this so much. I placed and paid for all 4 of my children. I have blood. They said we got skin in the game. I got blood on the saddle. Okay. I know this works. I have seen this work. And someone advocating for you, and flag football is becoming, it's on a whole nother level. We've been behind the scenes. I don't have enough flag football kids. I'm looking for a flag football kid right now, girls right now, having a fit, because I have coaches looking for them. But the parents don't know what school or who to contact or how to contact because the coach doesn't want to talk to you.
Parents.
And that's not fair because coaches they really recruit parents and families.
Yeah.
And I see a lot of parents. I go to games all the time and I sit there. If you saw me sitting in the stands watching my son play, only time the most noise he ever heard was when I was coaching him. And when I sat in the stands when he was finally in college, they could hear me a little bit because I'm coaching on defense, screaming out defenses. And my son said the coaches from Louisville and my teammates be laughing at you because they can hear you during the game coaching. And it's not negative. It's very positive. But normally you don't hear me. And I'm not making a spectacle of myself. I'm on camera.
Nice.
I'm sitting behind. I'm not doing. I got parents that are about throwing stuff at the referees.
Oh, I know. Just so disrespectful.
All time. And I'm like, they don't know that they just got unrecruited.
Yeah.
Yes.
They don't know what's on your Facebook page, your Twitter page, that song is with the music. I'm on Twitter Spaces all the time. And the coaches will say, you better listen to Coach Ellis. He just told you a key thing. And I know for a fact, this is a Division II HBCU. I said, Coach, when does your day start? Because a lot of parents, they really clueless and don't know what's really going on. And so the coach says, I'm up at 4:30. He said, we have practice at 6. The meeting's at 9. The next lift or whatever is at this time. And then we got another 3 o'clock something. Then I have another meeting after that. Then I'm on the recruiting trail doing this. And then so I hope I get home at 10, he told me. I already know the NFL does 16-hour days every day on their off day. And I know the lady just said that the flag football parent, I need to talk to her ASAP.
There you go. Well, let me do this.
I just sent her your number.
Absolutely.
Okay. Let me do this. This is what I look at. I do this every time.
Yes.
This is her show, and I always thank my wife for letting me come on, and to meet yourself and other people like you that do what they do, and please, and the blessing thing, if everybody can understand that this man is led by our God. And if you led by our God, then you leading the right way. You're going the right way. And you said that early, goosebumps came on, and I just think that is a true blessing. And I usually walk away at this time, and she says something to me when we get off the air. Don't do that, but I do it. It's because I know I say stuff and I get my questions out because she ends with 3 or 4 questions at the end, and I let her do that. But again, I'm so happy to see you, and hopefully one day get to meet you face to face. I don't think I want to race you, but I'm good. We're okay with that.
Well, I think you'd be good with that because I'm big as a defensive end now. I'm big as Julius Peppers.
Well, I got two brand new knees that ain't made for running. This is made for me to stand tall again.
Well, I'm allowed to say this. And Mark will back me on this 100%. Prime time is run by Jesus. Amen. As I love to say in Spanish, Jesus Christos. So yes, so that's all I can say. You know, this is a really a ministry for us on a whole nother level. We really want people to be satisfied and make it and to take care of them the way we're supposed to. Do the right thing by your brother and sister on the planet. So yeah.
There you go. What would JB do? What would he do? So again, it's Coach. Again, very nice meeting you. I hope to meet you face to face one day. And let me compliment your wife, because everything you do, that support, because it takes up a lot of time away from her. And it's like when I do my thing, my wife is very supportive. And let me say that I mean, you can't do you if it's not peace at your house.
No, I can't.
And so what I'm saying is, again, the blessing to your wife and your family for their support for you doing what you're doing, and because you're doing a great deed. I mean that.
I must say, I put a lot of time into this, and I know my wife is the only child. She loves her time, but that Jenny Ellis saved my life.
Amen.
That girl saved. That girl saved my. I can't. All this computer stuff and this over here. No, I'm horrible. We wouldn't have been on tonight if she didn't come. If she didn't come by and scroll and do something. I'm trying to figure out I didn't see. I know I'm supposed to click something, and she sits down 10 seconds ago. I'm gonna have to send her a cash out.
Hey, I'm glad I'm not the only one in that club, because this.
No, don't feel bad. Don't feel bad, sir.
I'd be like, babe, help me.
Help me, please.
I love it.
Sir.
But anyway, I'll let y'all end this. And but again, for the third time, very nice talking to you. Everybody understand, we don't back people just to back them. We back them if they're real. And I love it. And so again, to you and your wife, be blessed, and your family. Okay.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much, sir.
And I always end. It's not nothing against you. Go Niners.
Oh goodness.
He's a mess.
Yes, ma'am.
Hold on. I want to make sure I didn't miss any questions. I saw the one with prime time. Mr. Brown had another question. Oh, he said, are there any NFL stars that went through your agency?
There might be some coming up pretty soon, and I want to say yes. I can't say the particular kid's name off the top of my head, but we had a kid. We had to intervene with him because there were so many schools flying in to see him in college. So Alabama flew in on a helicopter, Auburn flew in, Clemson flew in. Coach Everett had to call and tell them they could only talk to him from this time to this time. He was missing class. Kid was a linebacker, and I believe he just might be in the league now. So we do have some kids that have transitioned, and they play in not just pro football, but other sports as well. But yes, going to have some coming up, I believe, real soon. I have a safety that's at a school. He's a head knocker. Yeah.
My girl Kelly's on here. So Kelly and I are both Dallas Cowboys fans.
Oh my God, you and my wife, Lord Jesus Christ.
Oh, hey, where's she at?
I wish I knew where she was at right now. I have to stick her head in here. Her and these doggone. So quick story about that.
Like a Cowboys fan.
So I was pointing to it before y'all got on. I said, "Wife, look at that right there." She said, "That's right, that's right." So years ago, you know, because like I said,
Coach
it was
Bryant said to tell you that's my only fault.
That's your only fault. I believe that's my wife's only fault. She's a Dallas Cow. Boy, my wife. So we had she wouldn't let me watch Sunday night football. You know, because she gonna get, my wife gonna get her time. She's the only child. She's getting her time. So, okay. And she said there's no other team but Dallas Cowboys in her mind anyway. Everybody else is just so. I say one day, so I can't watch football on some Sundays. I can't watch it like I want to watch it. She's intervening. We're doing movies or some romantic lovey stuff, whatever. So I said, babe, I'm going to the store. She said, okay. I go to the store. I come back. I hear, get him. I'm like, get who? My wife got the NFL ticket for 2 years, and I had no idea. I
so
said,
she can
oh,
watch
it's
it.
on and cracking now. I'm watching football 24
Every game,
You dirty dog, you. Because I would say, hey, dude, you know the Dallas Cowboys want you? Yeah, I know. I said, how she know we ain't watching no football? She been watching the games the whole time.
Whole time.
2 years,
Oh,
I ain't seen nothing.
that is hilarious. That's
A
what I'm
mess.
talking about. Well, and
Cowboys.
Cisco would tell you in our house, like he'll be washing the dishes and cleaning the house
Yeah.
and stuff like that, just making me feel just bad as a wife, because if the game is on, I ain't doing nothing.
Yeah.
So he'll go ahead but he's only gonna watch his 49ers. He don't care.
Oh,
I like watching everybody. Plus,
Right.
as a coach, because now I'm an offensive coordinator. So all this has just set me up. So I'm always just looking and watching so that I can learn.
Yes.
So so that's learn. So Damani Dawson. So he's talking about Layshaw. So Mr. Brown, I was on the phone with Coach earlier, and I was telling him about our Lexington African American Sports Hall of Fame, because I was telling him about all the other people that that are from Lexington, like Tyson Gay and he remembered Jazz from the Gladiator. So we had a conversation about Layshaw, and thanks for bringing up Layshaw, because the Lexington African American Sports Hall of Fame does sponsor us every week. Folks know not to bother me during football season. Yeah, same. Like it's a wrap. Like Saturdays were, and for us it's like all week. So like it's Monday Night Football. Tuesdays is my only day off, because Wednesday I host. That's why my podcast is on Wednesday. That's why my podcast is on Wednesday nights at 9:00, because I couldn't fit it in, because we got Thursday night, Friday night is high school, Saturday is college, and then we're back to NFL on Sunday, Monday. So it was between Tuesday and Wednesday that we do it. And so my first co-host, something was going on with her on Tuesday, so that's why the podcast is our show is Wednesday nights at 9:00, because we always got something. So like I coach track, so I got track meets on Wednesday night. So it's gonna be a couple ones where I'm gonna be coming in hot, because I'm gonna be finishing up a track meet coming right in. Of course, if it didn't rain today, he would have been late getting here, because they just got rained out, so their game got canceled a little bit earlier. So we're all over the place. We're definitely a sports family over here, but when I tell you we don't play about no football.
Yes. So you said track. So right now I have track coaches gnawing at the bit. I had a track coach contact me today and said, I need contact information for all your Division twos. For all your juniors and seniors on your roster. I said, oh my. So I had to send him
everybody that you had.
Yeah. He's about to recruit them today. Yeah.
Wow.
So the sooner.
That's what I told him. I think I wanted to highlight the fact that you didn't play college football, but I also needed people to, wanted people to make sure that they chime in. And if you need your child recruited now, if I'm gonna backtrack just a little bit about your service.
Yes.
I know you do get some D1 services, but most of the time, if a kid is getting highly recruited, they need your service, but they don't need your service. They need your service on the front end, but they on the back end. But when it's time for them, if they want to go into the portal, they need to contact you before they go into the portal. They need to contact you. And if they need help with like the internships and just the connections and stuff like that, they need your service.
So the superstar kids, we call these superstar 5-star kids, they don't need our help really. They just need to choose a school a lot of times. But we're looking for those kids. We're looking for that backup to the backup. That kid who got 7th in the mile. That kid who got 10th in the long jump. There's a school out there for you. And the kids have no idea. The backup kicker, the long snapper. There's schools out there that want you, and you have no idea. You're depressed because this kid's they're looking. The Division I schools are coming to see this kid, but there's a school that wants you. You're the kid we're looking for. Those are the kids we're looking. Now we have 1 or 2 kids. They are Division I, but they'll find out that they need us just as bad because the
Yeah.
things we know that people don't know.
Absolutely.
They have
And like
no
you said,
idea.
the other stuff that you guys are doing is
Yes.
unprecedented.
So I
Unprecedented.
mean, so how powerful is it to have a pro, as we call him, King Carl? We had him on our website earlier, Carl Lewis. Carl Lewis looks at all our long jump film, sprinter film, and he's one of the greatest sprinters to ever breathe.
Ever.
And he believes in what we doing. He's great friends with Mark. Those type of people can give you, it would cost you so much money to get them to come talk to you. And because of with us, you get that technically for free.
Wow.
And then you got pro scouts in everything on the planet that evaluate your kid. You couldn't pay them to train your kid. And if you do have them trained and you come through primetime, you get a discount on that service. We have academic people. I got a tutoring guy that does ACT, SAT. He's never failed. He tutored my son one time in middle school. My son has a 4.0809 GPA leaving high school going to college with his associate's degree before he got there. This guy is incredible. He is with Primetime. Got people that find money for kids. And the cost of it is so cheap. It is pennies. And I'm not exaggerating. Pennies for you to find hundreds of thousands of dollars. We found one of my kids, we found $3.3 million. Yes. And the problem with that is he can only take one scholarship.
Yeah.
So that school needs to fill that spot. So that we definitely need another kid that had the same academic rigor and had some of the same skill set, but we didn't have anybody else to fill it. So that money just goes to some other kid who really, I believe, just didn't deserve it. We want to help those. These parents you've been putting, by the time, like I said, I'm a sociologist. By the time you're 30, every parent has spent $1 million on their kid. By the time that kid is 30.
Oh, I believe it.
Because we talking about from the time of conception, every doctor's appointment,
30,
baby bottle, the driving in the car, the gas. We daycare, all that stuff adds up. Primetime doesn't cost anywhere near that. Nowhere, pennies on the dollar. We're gonna find you hundreds of thousands of dollars to millions of dollars for your student athlete, because the academic money is out there. And our business went up 700% because of COVID. Because the coaches couldn't go. The kids couldn't go. So we were putting them like the same way I'm talking to you. Everybody in primetime, all the scouts throughout the country talk to 50 to 100 schools every single day, and everybody's on everybody's list. So it's getting seen all the time, shifted over here all the time. So I don't know what people want out of life, but if you want a guarantee, you want an internship, you want a lifetime commitment, and all the help, and even if your child is blessed to go up into the pro ranks, all that's taken care of as well. We never let you go. You don't know what type of problem or issue you're going to have. We're always there, always.
So do you also act as the agent?
We're not agents, but we have people who are agents. We hand that right off to them.
Okay, gotcha.
Got people that did help that do some NIL stuff. We hand it right off to them. We don't get involved in your pocket like that. We want you to have that. Yes, we want. The only time we get involved in someone's pocket, we do referral fees. Is our way of saying thank you, because we can't be everywhere. There's only one omniscient God. So as many people as can help us find kids, we refer you. And I'm the one that trains everybody and teaches everybody how to do what we do. And Mark taught me every day, 7:03 a.m. for a full year. He called me. He's in Alabama, so he was up at 6, training me how to do what I do now. And now I know how to do what I do now. So I put the time in, and I know what I'm doing, and I learn something new every day, and I find a new school, new conference every week, every other day. It blows my mind. There's so many schools out here with money, endowments, grants that you can go to school, but if you don't know what's there, you don't know how to apply for it, you don't know how to get it. You don't.
Gotcha. Mr. Brown said, has anyone ever asked if your name Primetime Scout lead to thoughts for some that you are associated with Deion Sanders?
So
You get that a lot?
well, what people don't know, if I'm not mistaken, and you can get Coach Everett back on here to verify it. The reason why we call ourselves Prime Time is Coach Everett took it, coined it, gave it to so-called Deion, and took it again. So so many words. If you ever see a commercial and Prime Time associated with him and Mark are great friends. People don't know that Deion ran track at Florida State, so he used to see Mark all the time. They are great friends. So if it becomes primed and timed, it's not an accident that we're called Prime Time. Let's just say that.
I love
so we
it.
are very associated with him. Yes, ma'am.
I love it. Coach, is there anything that we didn't cover that the parents need to know to make sure that we cover all the bases? Anything we
Yes.
missed?
There's one thing we missed. There's only
Okay.
one negative, one catch with Primetime Scouting. If you want me to divulge it, I can divulge it for you and everybody
Yes, sir.
who's listening.
Yes.
There's only one negative. There's only one flaw. You ain't signed up yet. That's it. that's the only thing. That's all I got. You ain't signed up yet. Yeah.
Only flaw. They haven't signed up yet. Coach, I appreciate you coming on. You know, I'm all aboard with whatever y'all got going on. May the 3rd, May the 5th, 4th, somewhere up in there, we find out here in Kentucky whether or not girls flag gets sanctioned. So that's like my big thing right now in the next couple of weeks. And but I'll keep you all abreast of that on how that's going, because if that gets passed, that's going to be a game changer, because then now I'm going to be y'all's official girls flag scout for the state of Kentucky. Yeah. And so, Coach.
Yes.
Is there anything that you've ever wanted to say that you've never had an opportunity to say publicly?
That's a hard one. I'm always one that's usually only speak when spoken to most of the time, unless I say hi, but I was a very quiet person growing up, and now I talk all the time. Now the kids that I taught, they don't believe me because they used to have to talk all the time. But publicly, no, I can't really say there's not too much I haven't really said. But the thing I would like to say is we don't sell anything. We offer service. It's no difference than you paying for a vacation. You paying for a car to go get your car serviced. You're buying a house. This is the thing that pays now and pays later. It's the ultimate insurance plan for you and your family. And that's what I want to say. Don't pass up on something. Get your questions asked and get rid of the fear. One of our biggest problems is we're scared of everything. Oh, this, oh, that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Letitia said it. I mean, we're skeptical. I mean, because even for me, I had invested in that scouting service back in the day with my daughter, because I didn't know no better, and there was nobody else doing it. I didn't have it. They did a great job with marketing and putting themselves out there and making them seem like that they're, and they are. They kind of cornered the market on it, because they did a great job of getting in it early. Yes. And really marketing themselves and putting themselves out there. And so I invested. It was a waste. Of course, it was a waste of money, because my daughter ended up just taking her academics stuff, and I did realize, and I don't think I did a good job of, and part of it was my fault too. I don't think I really did a good job of navigating their system, because when I think I went in it later on, and I didn't realize that there was a couple of small schools that were interested in her. And that's where what you just said is a total reality, because again, my daughter came off the bench. But as a parent, I felt like she should have got more playing time, but as a coach, I never said anything, so I kind of just, I just kind of sat back. So, I'm kind of on, as a coach, I'm kind of on that fence about, when do you navigate, when do you advocate and when you don't. But at some point, the kids have to learn how to advocate for themselves. Why am I not getting more playing time? What, and again, it was a situation where I felt like it was just favoritism with the players on there. And, and I just not, I just didn't take it personal because as a coach, I find I have my favorites.
Yes. Well, the thing that's beautiful about us, we get to ask that question. So the coach doesn't get offended. Because we're professionals. We're asking from like, how can they improve? What can and for our kids when they're doing, a lot of times kids there, because this is not a very verbal group, we like to text and tweet and all that stuff. So coaches want to talk to you and get to know you. So when our kids are talking, we have 5 basic questions to have you ask the coaches to know what to ask them and what you should say and what they shouldn't say. So
that's good.
So yeah. So and a lot of people miss out on that.
Mm-hmm.
And so the parent might be right in little Johnny or Sally getting more playing time, but if they go talk to the coach is going to get offended. And then now it's going to sit them down. And so we have a very, very smooth and subtle way to try to ask the right question the right way and try not to be offensive and offend them. But some coaches, they just going to get offended, and they can. But like I said, a kid had 1 minute and 34 seconds worth of JV film and getting recruited. Yes. So we are very good.
Amazing.
We're very good.
And that's all coach. That's you. We could have just said that and stopped it at that, because that is the whole point right there.
Yes, ma'am.
If you are a parent and you have a child that has the desire to go to the next level, then that's it. When I had my parent meeting for track, the first thing I said was, there are more academic scholarships out there than there are athletic scholarships. So I'm pushing your kids to get all A's. I said all A's, right? And so now my first 50, I waste my first 15 minutes of practice because everybody's got to come in with their phone or their laptop and show me their grades every day. And there's kids from last quarter their grades were horrible. And now they enjoy coming to me and showing me that they got all A's, all B. Because I said, and I'm looking at it. Why is it a B? I'm questioning. Why is it a B?
Yes.
Because what's the standard?
Yes.
The standard is the standard, right? And so that's what and that's just what I'm trying to establish with them, because I tell them, I said, if you have all A's, then now you can go wherever you want to go. But when your grades aren't good, then now you're limiting yourself on the number of opportunities that you have. So just go ahead and get all A's and set those habits now in middle school. So now when you get to high school, that's just what you do. You get A's.
What kids don't know and parents don't know, that the first question that the school and the coach is going to ask,
what are their grades?
Are their grades? What are their test scores? ACT, SAT. That's what they need to know, because you have to qualify to get into the school. Your talent is just not going to get you in school. It helps. Don't get me wrong. But if you cannot handle the academic rigor and don't meet the criteria, I have had coaches have to skip on the kid because they were 5/10 of a point away because their GPA wasn't high enough. Didn't have at least a 3.0. Couldn't give the kid, wanted the kid, couldn't take, coach, I'm not going to have a chance. I can't even roll the dice on them. I need at least a 3.2.
And
I want them, can't have them. Yeah, people have that's a big, boy, that is big.
And I know my kids are looking at me like I'm crazy. And I'm telling them, I said, I'm telling y'all, I know y'all think I said, no other coach is getting ready to tell y'all this. You need to get A's. I said, I don't care what the minimum is. And this is even if you don't want to be an athlete.
Yes.
You still have an opportunity to get all academic scholarships and get school paid for if you have straight A's.
I always wanted to be. So when I was in high school, we used to have the Pepsi posters with all the black astronauts. That's what I wanted to be.
An astronaut.
All this jumping and sweating. All my family, they've made all A's since kindergarten. My brothers and I'm the dumbest in the family. Okay. and I got a scholarship from Stanford and Georgetown. So that tell you. Okay.
Right.
I was so mad. Like, why do I have to study all the time? They just naturally just breathe.
Just naturally.
Just breathe in A's and stuff. That's what I wanted. All this jumping and sweating stuff. When I found out that because you have certain grades, that you get certain type of monies for this or for that I get access to this, that. People, and I can't tell everything because I want to give everything away. Because when you come in, you get to find out like, what? Yeah, you get money because this, and this, because you're great. There are certain stipends and certain things you get that we know about that are amazing, that the provost and all, people just have there's so much money because your grades are good.
So if y'all want to find out how to get to this money,
yes.
y'all need to go ahead and call. So y'all can go through me. If you call him,
yes,
tell him I sent you.
That's all.
Their website is, I thought I asked you to put your website on
www.primetimescouting.com. You can go through the website, get to us. www.primetimescouting.com. Say it again for the people. www.primetimescouting.com.
Okay, I just put it in the chat.
Excellent.
Just put it in the chat. Just click the link. There should be a questionnaire on there where you were able to put in your name and number, or just scroll all the way to the bottom.
Yes.
And I think Mark's number is on there.
Mark's number is on there. You can get a hold of it.
Y'all, I just tweeted us on it ain't Twitter no more, on X. You're on X, you're on everything. You're on X, you're on Facebook. Go follow him. You on Instagram? Yes. If you and you go to did we change the name on that Prime Scout?
No, it's just you can go, it'll say Prime Scout. You can see it. It should have a look. But if the people go to all my personal pages, you can see my big bald head on there, Elbert Ellis. You can go all the way back to 2018 and verify and see scholarship after scholarship after scholarship of kids going to school. You can see when we transfer somebody. So it's there. You can go to my inbox me, call me, 984-356-0818. I answer the phone around the clock. I respond to all texts, all Twitter messages, all Instagram, all Facebook messages. Contact us. We are ready to help you.
Good stuff, Coach. Well, it's a wrap for today, but I appreciate you, especially it was last minute too. I appreciate you for coming on, and hey, we gonna be doing business here pretty soon.
Yes, ma'am.
Where you at? You said in Raleigh.
I'm in Rocky Mount right now. Rocky Mount, North Carolina.
Rocky Mount. Well, now where is that at?
The country. The straight country.
My dad is from Henderson.
That's the country too. It's down the street. Henderson's down the street. Yeah, we out here in these woods out
all
here.
In the woods.
I had no idea. I said, Lord have mercy. We done moved out here in the woods. Lord, yes.
That's funny. Well, Coach, thank you. Thank you, elected to the African American Sports Hall of Fame. If you have a child that needs to be recruited and they're haven't gotten any offers, you need to contact Coach Ellis or contact me, and I'll get you in touch with him. If you have a child that before they go into the transfer portal and they don't have somebody to advocate for them, I'm telling you, you need to go through this service first, so that because what happens is a lot of kids go into the portal, they don't get picked up, and then now they can't go back, or they can't go return to the school where they're at, and now it's a wrap for them, right?
Yes,
I'm in Kentucky. Coach Calvin went to Arkansas. He said, if you go into the portal, it's a wrap. You ain't coming back. and that's how most coaches are. If you have a child that's getting ready to graduate and they need internships or they need the services there, I'm telling you everything. You guys
I know Coach Calipari very well. People don't know he used to recruit at Pitt. I used to see him every day. So I know Coach Cal very well. He's not lying. You go in that transfer portal, you're not coming back.
Not coming
No.
back. You're not coming back. Oh, Kelly says she knows where Rocky Mountain is.
The
Okay.
country. Straight sticks. Mm-hmm.
Well, Coach, again, we can be here all day. So
Yes,
I'm gonna let
ma'am.
you know. I'm gonna end the stream, but don't log off, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, y'all. Love y'all, and we'll see y'all next week.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.